That is the sound of the jar of names. Well, technically it's the other jar of names, but details. So I have a name. So this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Horia. I swear he's had that for the last 3 weeks. Oh well, congratulations. Anyway, this is for everybody though still. So welcome to May. May the 4th be with you. It's a Wednesday this week. It's going to be pretty decent. Star Wars Day. But yeah, this is Cup of Tea the podcast. This is the Cup of Tea. And this is the obligatory podcast. So if you want to go down to my first comment, you can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's TV time, this week's question, and this week's goals. Let's begin with update. Everything's going good at the moment. Nothing's really going wrong. I'm starting to think about purchasing the game for the next Let's Play. I'm thinking about that. I'm excited about that. Nothing else is going out of the ordinary apart from that, though. I'm sort of... My whole plan of editing Harvest Moon on one day, Assassin's Creed on another day, was going well. It's still going sort of well, but I'm sort of getting to that stage now where I'm getting lazy, which is obviously not a good stage to get into, and I'm trying to fight it with every little bit I have, so hopefully that will not catch on. We'll see next week. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's going well. I'm forcing myself to do well. Anyway, let's get on to topic now. Let's go on to this week's names of the videos, shall we? Let's have a look. Let's bring it up on my page. Okay, so Monday, today, we have a podcast. It is what you're listening to right now. And then later tonight, we also have Harvest Moon Back to Nature audiobook. It's about books, and I'm the audio. Tuesday, we've got Assassin's Creed Revelations. That's tomorrow. This one is called Jazzinaries, because it's a pun and a play on words. Hyperbole. Wednesday, we've got Old Dog New Pup. You can probably guess what festival we're doing there. In Harvest Moon, by the way. Thursday, we've got not Harvest Moon, we've got Assassin's Creed Revelations called Bizarre. Bit of a play on words with the bazaar, which is the shopping district bit. And then Friday, we've got Harvest Moon Back to Nature Mayor JD, with a question mark at the end, because do I become the mayor? I don't know. We'll find out on Friday. And then Saturday, we've got Bezier Pointing. I think it's Bezier Pointing, I'm not sure. But I'm assuming that's the title, because that is what I would have chosen. But yeah, that is this week's videos. We also should have another Cup of Adventure video, and the hint is we're working with marble. So decipher that if you can. And is that it for the names? I think it is. Let's go on to TV time then. Yeah, some of you know I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones is back. We've had 2 episodes, and oh my god, it's amazing! I'm loving it! The first episode was a little bit, it was setting up the seeds of the rest of the season, which is kind of expected. The big sort of reveal at the end, there was one. It was good. I've actually watched a previous guy breaking this stuff down. He actually predicted it, which I don't know how he did, but I think it's to do with the books, actually, now I think about it. But yeah, he predicted it, so I wasn't too surprised, but I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And then episode 2, just so much happening. It was so good. And the ending, Game of Thrones. If you don't watch it, you should, because it's got a bad rep for a few certain positions that they use in the series, but it's just really good. It's just so good. The story in it's just like perfecto. Right, but that is TV time. Actually, there's probably some other TV things I've watched, but that is the most important one right now. I'm going with that one. So let's go on to the community segment, which is on the other side of the page, and let's start with the Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on this week's videos. Not many, but they are the regulars, so it's nice to see you all returning. We have Horia, Nick Pro, 40k Warrior Man, and Dragon Lord 55511. Thank you for commenting. I look forward to your comments next week. But shall we look at some of the comments you made? We shall in the Q&A. So this week we've got a question from Dragon Lord 55511 who says, "Hello, Sir JD262. I have a question and a riddle for you." But no, sorry, I'm so used to saying it. "Hello, Sir JD262. I have a question for this week, but not yet a riddle. This question is: have you played the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game or any other video games before?" Never properly played the actual trading card game. I used to collect them, but I was a stay-at-home child, so I never had anyone to play with. Or people that I did have would not play with me. That's really sad. But I have played some of the games. I played one on the Game Boy Advance called Yu-Gi-Oh! Rushliff of Delifus, or something like that. I forget what it's called, but it was. I think I got hold of one. I think I got hold of it somehow, so I played it, and yeah, it was quite good. I enjoyed it. There was a bit. I'd always liked collecting the cards, but there was always that one where I used to get stuck, and I was like, ugh. And I was only little at the time, so. But yeah, I have, sort of, in a way. I used to have a fake copy of all of the God cards the three main ones from the olden days. Didn't realise they were fake at the time, but they were, which was a shame, because I thought I had them, but I did not. I did not indeed. Right, moving on past the Q&A to subscribers. We have some new subscribers this week. We went from, last week, 1,148 to this week, which is 1,154. That is an increase of 6, just like last week. But yes, shall we add these names to the list? We have The Flash, Tom Brosnahan, Nick Mijaj, Achilles Voice, and Deride Harty. So welcome to the community. Thank you for subscribing. If you have a favourite Yu-Gi-Oh card, tell me what it is in the comments below. But yes, let's move on now swiftly. It's moving very fast through this, I'm glad of that. Go on to... Oh, question. Last week's question was about the global warming. Do you believe it? Do you not think it is? Because I was watching documentaries for college. And we had some replies. Horia says... he's not too sure about how accurate the studies are, but he does believe in climate change. And Nick Prose says if global warming is actually happening, then he believes 200 years when we will start to see some sort of effects, as in sea levels rising and stuff like that. But yes, this week's question is about the podcast itself. Thinking about making everything better, because I get like these stages sometimes where I want to make everything better. So I want to try and work out what to do better for the podcast. I'm thinking maybe more like a radio show type style, more of like a proper podcast where it's like got your different segments and it's more, I suppose, about a certain topic or something. I don't know. I just wanted to ask you what you thought about it. What do you want from the podcast? Like, what do you like about it so far? What do you want about it in the future? How can we develop things? Do you like the idea of the radio style? Do you like the idea of a proper podcast? Radio drama? Would you like some sort of story thing at the end of it? It's up to you. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I haven't really thought about it yet, but I'm starting to. So I thought I might as well ask now while we're here. But yeah, the main things I'm thinking about is just like a better structure. I actually have written down some stuff somewhere, but I don't know where I wrote it down. I think it's in my terrible old book. Should I have a look? Quick look, see if I can find it. We've got time to spare. Right, yes, here we are. Yeah, so what have I got ideas for? An introduction, a proper like video introduction sort of thing. Proper different distilled segments. Some video clips, vlog clips. Oh, video clips. Sorry, video clips or something. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, it's basically. Oh yeah, and proper music, like a soundtrack. I know recently I put in that ambient sound of like birds singing because I thought that might be interesting to listen to. So maybe I can sort of run with that. But that's what I'm asking you. Do you like that sort of stuff? Do you want to see any of that sort of stuff? Any ideas you have, let me know, because we are a community. Right, that is this week's question. Let's go on to this week's comment. This week's comment goes to Horia, who says he's watching Harvest Moon at times 1+5 speed, so he can speed through all the winter videos towards the end of it, which is quite ironic because you get to watch it fast. I don't. I have to play through at normal speed. Although when I edit them, I do speed it up to about like 1.5. So that's why it's this week's comment, because there's two comments there. Well, I wanted to sort of talk about that one comment. If that makes sense. With the I watch it fast when I'm editing, plus I don't get to play it fast. Right, is that it? No, one more thing this week. Coming out of the community section, going into goals. Right, so actually to flip over my page because I wrote it in the wrong place. Yes, so last week's goals were to do something which I can't remember, which were to the details. Yeah, I need to get details done. I've done more of them. I've only got Dark Cloud left to do now. Then that's that. So hopefully that will happen this week. That might be this week's goal as well. Do that one. Get one video done. Should have happened, might not have happened, I'm not sure yet. I've recorded it all, I just need to edit it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get time to, but that should have happened. Finish details, yes. So yeah, so this week's goals are to finish off the details, which is Dark Cloud, or maybe make a start of them, and then to finish a video which is related to the hint at the beginning of this one. But hopefully that should happen. So far it's been going good. But I also need to start filming some Cup of Adventure stuff as well, because I've run out of all my backlogged footage, so I need to start filming them to get back up to date. But that is that. Right then, that is this podcast done. I think it's time to finish this cup of tea, so I shall do that. Done. Right, that's his podcast finished. Finished my cup of tea. Is there anything left to say? Nope. So, until the next time we meet, I will say farewell, and I will end with, what film? You're a wizard, Harry.